All right, good Tuesday morning on this final day of September. Hope everyone's having a great day. And then as we open up October, we're going to be calling this summer in October. Temps are going to be well above normal. And we're here each weekday with our streaming. Mitch Card will be along in a moment at 8:30. And I have my phone with me here, so we're up on our platform. So if you want to beam in, appreciate it. If you're retired or visiting or on vacation, let us know where you are and I'll give you a shout out. Here's a look at the pollen counts. They're down quite a bit for the past few weeks. Of course, ragweed is running high in that medium to high category overall. We illustrated the heat index is going to match the temperature, even though we're going to be close to 90 this afternoon. Not the humidity that we'd have in the middle of summer. Those dew points generally in the 50s. So if you're out running a cross-country match, if you're out with the bands, football teams, we've got fall baseball that's starting this week. The feel-like temperature will be in the upper 80s. And we'll take a wide view and then we'll take our maps full here in a moment. I got some showers from about Lexington, Virginia, and up through about Beckley, West Virginia, Greenville, South Carolina, and then into Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, in those areas. And the tropical systems are offshore, especially Imelda and then Umberto. They'll be all working out towards Bermuda. They'll be steering away from the U.S. coast. So overall, they're not going to be a factor for us if you're doing any, taking any vacations, whatever. Yes, some unsettled weather there in North and South Carolina overall. But otherwise, no major impacts. Or if you're headed to the Gulf or down through Gulf Shores in those areas, you'll be good to go. So just wanted to show you a look. I'm not going to even put a track on that because that's going to be steering away from the U.S. overall. As I mentioned, hope everyone's having a super morning out there. Here's a look at the almanac page. We'll fill this in. A couple of notes, and I'll have more coming up at 14 News. Arden Gregory is going to have the full report at 14 News at 11, then again at noon. In 1919, we had a record high. That was the hottest day of the month. Usually you'll have some outbreaks there up to triple digits early in the month, but that's good for a record high on the final day of the month, and then 33 in 1949. In 1949, the warmest day of the month was on the 4th, I believe. We had a high of 87. We never hit 90 in 1949 in September, and temps finished about 7 degrees below normal. All right, let's take a look at September. Well, we're going to fill in about 89 here as we finish the month. There's a look at the score. I like to say the scorecard, if you will. And we had those beneficial rains that really snuffed out the burn bands at 2.41 and then 4,800s 1 week ago. So a real windfall that was very helpful because we were going through about a 6-7 week stretch there, mainly dry weather. Temps, our average low is at 53. We bottomed out at 62 this morning. So temperatures will climb. The air is very dry. But the dew point's at 61. The dew point's got as low as 58 this morning. So overall, comfortable. The 6 and 10-day outlooks as we get into the Fall Festival, we're trending above normal. I talked to some folks that don't like the warm weather at the Fall Festival, but for the most part, October is a dry time of year, especially early in the month. We have no remnants of tropical storms or hurricanes on the way. This is interesting out through the 4th. Now the parade's on the 11th. We're looking forward to that. Above normal temperature-wise. And I'll show you the opening day of the Fall Festival in a moment. Cloud guidance showing some scattered cloud layers at 4,000 to 8,000 feet. That will be about it. Tomorrow we'll have some different cloud decks, mainly high-level clouds. High pressure is out in Missouri, so the clockwise rotation will bring winds out of the northeast today. Very similar to what we had around yesterday. So we have these northeasterly winds. This takes us through tonight. I was off Monday, so I've had my day on Mitch. Some of my days have been off, but anyway, I think I could read that. That's Wednesday. Tomorrow with the easterly winds, we'll have some high-level cirrus clouds. I'll be here all week, everybody. Some cirrus clouds in during the afternoon. So I really like to obsess about the cloud decks. All right, into the future. Look, if you're still boating and you have your boat going Saturday, Sunday in early October, you're good to go. It'll be warm out there as well. Temperatures will be solidly into the 80s. Now here we go Monday. Monday evening, I believe Jeff's doing mystery food, so maybe some mystery sprinkles. That's what we've been talking about into Monday evening on West Franklin. And then Tuesday, we'll have some chances for some rain. Winds will be out of the north. So if we catch some showers, show you most of the showers would stay to our south. So now I'm going to take this full here in a second. So I'm going to keep it pithy today. There's a look at the 7-day forecast. So as we go into Saturday, a high of 87, and then Sunday, a high of 88. And then that first day at the Fall Festival, we're looking at a high of 86 with that chance of sprinkles as we go into the afternoon. So that's the tale of the tape. Thanks for tuning in. Mitch will be along in a moment. Have a great day.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of your 8:30 stream show. I'm Mitch Carter. Getting right into this here, you just heard from Byron Douglas, your weather headline. It's going to be warm and dry here heading into Fall Festival week. I'm going to pull a couple of news headlines for you here. Starting with something new information here this morning wise on the plans for the old Crawford Doors building by Bosse Field. You might recognize it there from several key movies, including A League of Their Own. Plans there have now been revealed for a $38.5 million redevelopment project. Arma Beck went out there and met with some folks and has some more on the plans.
The old Crawford Door building behind Bosse Field, a piece of Evansville history, is being given new life. The project has plans for over 130 affordable housing units, commercial space, and more in a walkable setting near Garvin Park and Deaconess Aquatic Center.
We're able to preserve historic building and facility in the Jacobsville neighborhood, which we know there's been a lot of redevelopment going on in that area, and this allows us to continue to move further in revitalizing that area.
The project team is collaborating with the Evansville Vandenberg Public Library and the Evansville Dream Center to bring new programming and services to the area. But most importantly, it's the next step in helping the city's housing crisis.
Overall, I think this is a very positive move for Evansville. It's a good thing. The more housing that we can provide for folks that's affordable, I think the better it is for folks to have a better quality of life in our city.
The Evansville Regional Economic Partnership Organization that's involved in the project's funding says this has been an exciting project to be a part of.
This project was exciting to us because it checks so many boxes. First, it's housing. Second, it's a historic building that's been vacant a long time. Third, it fits in with everything that's happening in this corner of the region. So it's really an exciting project for us.
They say affordable housing is just the next step in the revitalization of the Jacobsville area.
I'm excited to start seeing work happening here and looking forward to the day that people move in. It's great for the neighborhood and great for the city and great for the region.
Well, construction will begin in April of next year, and they expect to have that wrapped up by December of 2027. Two more quick ones for you here, keeping it in the tri-state where the Ohio Valley Conference has now extended its run here in Evansville into the next decade. Conference officials say they are returning to the Ford Center through 2032. That's for both the men's and women's basketball OVC championships. The OVC commissioner says they are grateful for the support from both Evansville leaders and those hosting the event, and they say the Ford Center is like coming home. The next OVC championship is set for March 4th through the 7th. And a fun one here, you guys are all aware of it if you're local. In less than 1 week, the West Side Nut Club Fall Festival will kick off. You may have noticed some of the rides have started to arrive here in town. Some of them parked in the lot there at the Lloyd and St. Joe, which also houses one of the Half Pot booths there, of course, not far from Franklin Street, where that festival will take place. Ticket sales for the Half Pot start tomorrow, and this year we had some Nut Clubbers in here live actually a couple of weeks back on this stream show, and they told us you can now buy tickets online this year as well as in person. Rides are open coming up here in the Kitty Midway for Family Day on Sunday from 1 to 7, with the festival itself officially kicking off on Monday for lunch, with all rides opening up at 2. Of course, that's a look at what's going on here this morning. That's the big talker here at 14 News and kind of in the areas. The Fall Festival is very, very close now. I feel like it came up very quick, but every year it does that. Like Byron said there, very, very warm and dry day. Summer can't seem to quite let us go here in Evansville in the tri-state as we head into October. But for now, that's all we got for you. It's 8:41 coming up on 8:42. Please enjoy your Tuesday, the last day of September, and we'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow. Take care.